Hi, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. I hope you're well. God bless. Welcome to Crazy Talk, episode 3, technically with your host, me, the Bipolar Christian, broadcasting you from my top secret bunker at Lake 16. Hope you all are having a great day. People have commented on Purple Sky Awakening, David Robert, Santrace 13, UFO Guy, Spaceman, and newer account. All your comments, thank you for watching, commenting. That Clean Slate Tech comment was pretty neat stuff. I had never heard that term before. It's very descriptive. I like it. So newer account asked about silver versus Bitcoin. Basically, not really silver versus Bitcoin, but my opinion on Bitcoin is I don't trust it. I think it's one of the last tricks in their deck, and I think it's smoke and mirrors. At the very least. It's most like, but I think actually what Bitcoin really is probably goes much deeper than this. But just a quick explanation of I don't like it because I don't really trust it. How can I believe that I own something that's entirely digital? How can I believe I'm the only one who has access? I don't have control over the servers or the databases that house this information. I don't have control over the avenues or the channels through which it's accepted. Um, I have no guarantee to be able to reach someone if something happens to my phone. What if something happens to the uh, satellite grid, quote, satellite grid? Um, what if? What if? There's too many what ifs. Whereas versus silver, I've got this. I know what this goes for. This has always been traded as money. It wasn't until about the 30s when they started playing real serious games. When when FDR made it illegal when he repatriated the gold and silver, it was a confiscation of wealth. And then 40 years later, Nixon just took the dollar off the gold standard, said you can't trade in at all for the gold. So they went from using silver and gold as money to just paper, but it was kind of against everybody's will. It was through shady practices. And now the tides are turning, though, and the only way for them to have a reconfiscation of wealth is to make the paper that they've been printing worthless and go back to using this, gold or silver. Gold is the money of nations, silver is the money of the people. Silver, though, however, I think if you study the stock markets even just a little bit, you see how it's performed like over the last 50 years. There's lots of charts out there that make it real easy to see that where this is right now, get an ounce for $20. It's could easily triple. Could easily triple, even in like a best case scenario for society, like things don't really get chaotic. But who's to guarantee there won't be a software update for Bitcoin for one Bitcoin and that isn't compatible with another? What if one system at one store only accepts one kind of Bitcoin and so on and so forth? And who knows what's going to happen once they start putting regulations on Bitcoin? Because it's going to happen. They've already started talking about it. So the safety of Bitcoin, I think, is an illusion. I think the value of Bitcoin, like if you got in early, you could have made a lot of money. But there's no guarantee that you won't just get locked out of the system. Just like they froze the markets in '08, there's no guarantee that you'll be able to get at your wallet, even if no one else can get in. But I have a guarantee that I'll be able to get to this. So that's my take on Bitcoin versus silver or gold. So minimum wage, I'm not giving financial advice, but basically if you make like 40,000 or less a year, I would just recommend every week get 40, 50, 60 bucks, whatever you can, 1, 2, 3 ounces of individual ounce rounds, and then get some fractional rounds like tenths and halves and quarters and I recommend 99.939 fine silver. I don't like junk silver because if you're trading on the market, just in exchanging a couple of rounds of silver, a couple of dimes for some food, A lot of people may not know that the old coins, up until 1962 were 90% silver. And they don't say it on there. So a lot of the newer rounds that are printed that say 39.999 fine silver or AG, I'm sorry, AU, well, PUR, AG, yeah. There's something that declares the authenticity of what this really is. And then there's tests, there's sound tests, acid tests if people want to go that far, but it's stamped as authentic. And you get government pieces too. That I just think junk silver is not the way to go. I don't think it'll be as easy, as acceptable or as readily accepted as finer, newer rounds and bullion. So that's it for silver and currency kind of comparison. Moving on. What's happening in the world right now? Okay, so important to know, Tesco has raised prices. Tesco's a massive food company. They've raised prices on over 1,000 food items. A lot of these items have more than doubled in price. Some almost tripled. This is just the beginning. Food prices are going to go up. They've also shrank sizes. Portions are diminishing. Europe's apples and stone fruit crops have been down 20 to 30% each of the last 3 years. This year included. It's been real bad. In South America, rice and beans, the cost of rice and beans, the staple foods have gone up 20%, and these are the base foods, and once the base products start going up, everything else is going up too, because these are used to make all the fancier stuff, the Twinkies and the pastries, and when beans and soy and corn and wheat and all these things and rice start going up, that's the beginning of everything. So just prepare, people. Get ready. If My Patriot Supply, I think coupled with supplements from GetTheTea.com. That's GetTheTea.com, and so you get some good quality freeze-dried foods that are really good, and double it with the supplements, some quality natural herbal supplements and vitamins, then you should be pretty good to go. And get a bottled water filter, a portable water filter, so you don't have to lug around a bunch of bottles, and a little first aid kit, and just stay calm and take things as they come, because it's probably they might develop quickly, they might not. Maybe it's all sunshine and roses on the other side of this coming winter, but I think this winter things are going to go pop, go bang, with the food and the money. The prices, the stock market, I think, will be on its way down. We had a nice surge this morning, and I don't know what it's at this moment, but it was up 400 points as of just a couple hours ago. So they're up to their tricks, but gold and silver are holding steady. That's the thing. They haven't dropped again. I started buying in late 2017 when silver was about $17 an ounce, and I kept buying as it kept dropping, and it's come back up more quickly than it went down, that's for sure. And there are stalls and backslides, but I'm learning about resistance lines and support lines and all that, and it's within it hasn't broken the resistance lines and so forth that would suggest it's on its way back down at all. I thought it was done with money. Silver's fun to talk about. I really enjoy it. Anyways, moving on. It's something that's important to getting ready. It's what I believe the only thing we'll be able to really trade with, buy and sell with, outside of the highly controlled beast system, which cryptocurrencies might be a part of. But I'm not digital. I'm so freaking don't want anything to do with transhumanism and none of that. None of that being plugged in. That transcendent sort of mentality, evolve the human race into the next level. I'm not down. You go do what you want get down with your bad self. I'm just gonna do me. I'm just gonna plant fruit trees and gardens and mind my business. So, but weather around the world is getting crazy, and trying to tell people who don't believe in global warming that we're like bozos. So we don't. It's not that's not global warming. It's that it's climate change. The climate's just changing, shifting all around the world. Some places have had hot weather. Many places have had very cold weather. And you can look it up. Australia, I think, got snow in a place it hasn't seen in decades just yesterday. That would have been the 12th. Turkey, Hungary, Brazil, Germany. France had that massive heat wave, but it's had some parts of it have had some pretty cold weather. There have been tornadoes over there in Europe. That's highly unusual. China's flooding like crazy. I guess something like 3 million people have been displaced. China's having lots of problems. They're devaluing their currency, but they're also the largest importer of oil. And so devalued Chinese currency isn't necessarily a good thing for them. And this whole trade war, currency war thing is just kind of a smoke and mirrors. We need to just bring everything, all of our attention into our own neighborhoods and our own houses and make sure that we have what we have to take care of ourselves, because even if FEMA is the good guy, it's kind of the monster in the closet that the nefarious people in power let loose when people are most vulnerable. FEMA's the monster that comes in and gobbles up the innocent and the vulnerable at their time. Yeah, when nature has taken down all their defenses. Moving on. Don't trust FEMA. So India also has 1 million people that have been evacuated due to flooding, gnarly flooding, and in 7 districts throughout the country / continent. The place is huge. India is a really interesting thing. Over 730 dead since August 1st. It's a real mess. They can't go in. Massive bad weather is preventing any rescues from taking place. It's really a bad situation, so pray for those people over there, because it's going down. I'm so grateful for my blessed little corner of the world. Very quiet, knock on wood, so far. Moving forward. There's like 3 million people without power in China. It's also a tornado in New Jersey. So, prepare yourselves, prepare your minds, prepare your souls, and get ready for the worst case scenario, but hope for the best, because it's nothing wrong with being wrong when you see darkness on the horizon, but hope lives and thrives in preparedness. The whole Epstein case thing is a distraction dipped in truth. Okay, so years ago it was just kind of the conservative people who looked deeper at things that were the conspiracy theorists, the tinfoil wearing hat nut jobs, and then other phenomena starting taking place, flat earth, Mandela effect, so on and so forth. And it was still mostly conservative and right-wing sort of people. But as it developed now, things have happened where everybody's a conspiracy theorist, even the leftists, who, because their Trump investigation is now called a conspiracy. Everyone's a conspiracy theorist all over the place. There's no getting away from them these days. And they're on one side or another. It's just a more clear divide that's taking place in the United States. Epstein and Trump, barring like a true miracle from God, it was the one tool they had where they could have drug out the behind-the-scenes manipulation a little bit longer. I think people would have thrown the hat down at Hillary, and Trump was able to get away with coaxing people on for a couple more years. Oh, no. And if nothing happens at the very beginning of his reelection, and I mean the very beginning of his reelection, I think that's it. We'll throw down the hat with him. But I think things are going to happen before. I don't know how any of this is going to transpire. There's so many things coming to a head at once. It's a total perfect storm, and it's all crazy. It's just crazy. And And the reason Epstein is a whole smoke and mirrors thing is because it's dipped in truth. These people really are doing these awful things. These atrocities are taking place. We do need to see justice there. Trump has brought more justice to this and attention to this, real attention, effective attention, not necessarily media attention, but getting people arrested who are perpetrating the awful, the decay, the rotten, the vampires of society, the parasites that feed on other people, and human traffickers. And so, but it's not enough, and things aren't. And man, I'm getting off track real bad here. Because it plays at the emotions, it plays at the heartstrings, and it says, okay, we're getting somewhere. Here's a major player, and he's going to implicate lots of people, and even the media is aware that lots of powerful people are going to be implicated. But then he dies at the most convenient time, in the most convenient way, and it was obviously foul play. Nobody's really surprised who's been paying attention for any number of years, but if nobody else is arrested quickly, like, there has to be action. There has to be heavy-handed action. And then I have no idea which way this is all going to go. Just prepare yourselves, your houses, and your little communities, people around you as much as you can. Make a few true alliances, as many as possible, but make sure they're just solid people and that you're all definitely on the same page. And thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for your time. God bless y'all. I appreciate it. And hi, man. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day today, so enjoy it. And God bless. Thank you for watching. Spirit of peace and courage to y'all. Amen.